This is very common in Ramana Maharshi's stories. It happened to him also. He could not speak properly. He could only do that much. He went direct to the Garbhagriha and he hugged the lingam. He just held the gates of that cave and paralyzed there only. Like that, as if some shock has hit him. And some people may go crazy also, they may act crazy. She won't talk, he won't do anything. He will be just by herself, spitting everywhere, vomiting everywhere. In other paths, like Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, they will not pay attention to the energy, or they will not even do anything about it. But it will happen to them purely because of the psychological path, but the energy thing also will happen to them. And when that happens to them, they undergo some kind of disturbance. Either physical disability happens to them, some kind of weakness, frailness happens to them, or they may even die. This is very common in Ramana Maharshi's stories. It happened to him also. He just did that self-inquiry, lying down in Shavasana, death experience as to what will survive death. So, and that happened to him, realization happened, and that involved a very, very intense movement of energy also. It happened to him at 16, and he was physically impacted by that. Throughout his life, he had tremors. See, when we say, even in old age, when tremors happen, the tremors are happening because energy is there, body is not capable of handling it. There is some normal level of energy, body is not able to bear it, so it will tremble. So same thing now, if my energies become too intense, if the body is not able to handle, even now at this age it may tremble. So he used to have that issue, and in fact after that happened, and he left his home and he went to Tiruvannamalai. And there for a few years, he could not speak properly because it was so overwhelming intensity. He could only do that much. He couldn't speak. Today they are talking of it as he was in Maunavruta. He was not in Maunavruta, he couldn't speak. Then slowly some stability came, and he used, if you look at the story as to what happened with him, so it seems he had some kind of burning sensation in the body. After that experience happens, uneasiness basically. And when he went to Arunachala, Tiruvannamalai, Arunachala temple is there. So he went there in the morning, the temple was empty for some reason, and nobody was there, no pujari was there, and it was open. So he went direct to the Garbhagriha and he hugged the lingam. And he says he felt grounded. It helped him, that deity helped him to manage this. And after that, he was just around the temple only for many years. I think he realized it's helping him to stabilize. So he was just there in the temple premises, in some corners. And people used to take care of him, like insects would bite into his thighs, and he was totally unaware. But he would be in the temple premises for many years. And after some time, he moved to the hills, which is just next to the temple. But he never left he never went away from the temple only to a certain distance he will go and then he'll come back. So it is also called as Kshetra Sannyas or something, but it is not done for, I will do it kind of reason. They are taking help from the place. So probably he never told it openly like that, but the descriptions indicate that. So he took the help of the temple as well as the mountain, so he never went away from it. It helped him, still physically frail, he was never much active, not talking much. And when somebody asked him this, why are you having tremors? He said that. How he said it is, what would happen if an elephant enters a hut? He said his body is a hut, very weak, and some big thing is happening inside. So it is like that. Not only him, in his literature, among his disciples, such things have happened to many, many people. Because it's a pure Jnana Yoga school, they don't take into account energy aspects at all. No preparing the body, nothing. Just pure self-inquiry, and for many of them, it has happened, that kind of paralyzing impact. So there is one devotee called Mastan Swami, I think he was a Muslim. He used to come every day and give him offer him food and all that. I think the very first time he came, he was, I think, almost ready. That disciple was almost ready, very little of hindrance was left. So when he came to Ramana Ashram, where he was staying, that cave, he just held the gates of that cave and paralyzed there only. Like that, as if some shock has hit him. And somebody called Ramana Maharshi, and he understood what happened, and they took care of him, made him stabilized for some time. It took some time for him to physically come to the senses. Still then it continued, slowly they will regain. Some people won't. Some people may just die like that. Like that there are many stories. In Jnana Yoga schools, I have read more of that, maybe it will be there in other schools also. Jnana Yoga schools, Bhakti Yoga schools, you will see such things because they don't prepare the body. So the energy will suddenly explode and the body is not able to handle it. And then some people may go crazy also, they may act crazy. The mental breakdown will happen, but for them it won't matter. They have gone beyond it already. That's done. But only you can say some robot is left. It will finish its job, whatever we traditionally call prarabdha karma. It will work it out and it will die, but that person is gone. That bubble is gone. So the one thing with that is, when that happens, it won't be good for others. They won't be able to help others much. They can't talk much.
Sorry?
Tiruvannamalai, such people are there. There is one lady, they call her by some name. Toppiyamma. She'll be wearing very, very shabby clothes and she'll be all drooling like that, and she'll be walking on the road. And many people will be following her. Like that. She won't talk, she won't do anything. She'll be just by herself, spitting everywhere, vomiting everywhere. Completely shabby. But her presence maybe impacts people, I don't know. But apart from her, the presence itself, she can't do anything to others. She can't give any instruction, nothing. So if you are fine being like that, you can ignore Hatha Yoga completely.